Hey guys, it's Deborah. I just want to jump on real quick, just to give you an update on Netanyahu and him forming a government, because it relates to a couple different prophecies. I won't get into them all, but I'm sure you guys know. There's several prophecies right now that are on. They're basically, it's almost time's up. They're time sensitive, and I want to go in greater detail into them, but I'll talk about what prophecies I'm talking about. But the first one, there's about three, I think. But the first one I wanted to talk about was the Kaduri Shoshani prophecy. These are rabbis, they're Jewish. No, it's not in the Bible. Part of them have come true. And Kaduri, he was a believer in Yeshua as Messiah at the very end. So that's why a lot of us will listen to those prophecies. So the overall gist is that they lean towards two Benjamins at one point being in office, which was Benny Gantz and Benjamin Netanyahu, there being no government for a long time. And then the other prophecy kind of blends in, they blend together. One says, when the gate has fallen and been rebuilt three times before it's built the fourth time, Messiah will come. Now, we don't know if the gate is the government. We don't know what the gate means. There's many people that believe the gate means the government. So the Israeli government has fallen many times. It's very complicated and complex. I don't fully understand it, and I don't want to lead anybody astray because I don't know that anybody fully gets it. But people are thinking and looking at this and kind of coming together and believing that it means this is the fourth round where the government's going to be formed again. So again, I'm not going to get into those intense details because I don't fully understand it, and I don't think anyone 100% knows, but we're kind of watching these things. I was just reading in Luke chapter 12, and that's something else I want to go over with you guys. There's so much I want to talk to you guys about, actually. I'm going to really try. Um, I've just been dealing with a lot of things at home and the kids and just everything and just things. And not bad things per se, but just a lot of things. So it's been pretty busy, but I just need to make the time. So in Luke 12, it talks about the importance, I believe it was chapter 12, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but the importance of watching. And there's even a point where I think Peter asked Jesus, are you talking to us? Or are you talking to the general Jewish population when you're saying how important it is that you're going to come like a thief? And it's almost like Jesus doesn't answer the question. Well, I'll get into that after, but he kind of like, basically he's saying, it's like he doesn't answer the question so that he wants people to dig. He wants people to seek, to search. He doesn't want them to be lazy and everything to be handed to them. So that's kind of why we look at these things. And I have many different reasons why I look at these things and have interest in these things, and it's not wrong. So it's not wrong to have the interest. It is wrong if you get all off track and you forget your purpose as a human being, as a Christian and everything. But well, I guess I'll leave it at that. The point is, at this point, I do believe it's important to watch these kind of events, these world events. It says, look at the trees and look at all the trees. And look at the fig tree, sorry, and look at all the trees. And all the trees are all the nations. So this is the fig tree, but all the nations are important. But okay, I'll read the article just so you know the time frame that he has for this government. And I'll talk a little bit more about the time sensitive prophecies. So it says here, sorry for all the ads. I don't know why there's so many ads on this. Herzog is authorized to give the prime minister designated an extension of 14 days. Incoming Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to ask Israeli President Isaac Herzog for an extension. I think it's Isaac Herzog, for an extension to form a government, media reported on Wednesday. While Netanyahu has until December 11th, so these are key dates, he has until December 11th to form a coalition government. He is still in talks with some of his partner parties, including leader of far-right religious Zionism, Bezalel Smotrich. Herzog is authorized to give the prime minister designated an extension of 14 days. So I guess it's 14 days after December 11th. So I haven't done that math. Sorry about that. But so it's end of December, basically, he would have until. Now, he may form this government. I don't know what's going to happen. Prophetically, it seems like when you look at the Shoshani prophecies and the Kaduri prophecies, which are not in the Bible, but have had some truth to them, it looks like he should not form this government before Messiah comes. I've gone into them before and read them on my channel and stuff, so I just don't have the time to look them up and everything, but we're just kind of watching these things. Also, there was another rabbi that said Netanyahu would hand the keys to Messiah. So I know Netanyahu and Trump are combined somehow. There's something to them being together at the same time. I believe they're end time characters, and they're to be together at the same time. Like they came together, they left together, and they're returning together. So there's something there for sure. And then the other thing is I wanted to just talk about the other two time-sensitive prophecies. So the other two time-sensitive prophecies would be the Pope prophecies. So if you guys don't know what that is it was a Catholic priest, the Malachi, I believe it's called the Malachi or Malachi prophecies. So I think he was a Catholic priest. Anyway, I'm sorry, I don't have the exact details, but it's called the Pope prophecies. And he prophesied that there would be 112 popes, and the 112th pope would bring in the terrible judge, and he would judge the world. So look it up. I'm sure most of you know. But guess who? So he said there will only be 112 popes, and he made this prophecy, I wish I had the date, but I'm sure could be, hundreds to thousands of years ago. I guess thousands. I'm so sorry I don't have the date, but it's an ancient prophecy. And no, he was not, I don't know what he was I don't know if you would call him like a Christian. He was a Catholic priest. Let's just leave it at that. The point is he was right about a lot of the popes. This is why we're testing these things. Obviously, there's biblical prophecy, and we watch that all the time, and that's 100% valid. But these other things, the Bible says you test prophecy, you don't despise it. So we're testing them. So the 112th Pope is this Pope, Pope Francis. It's this Pope. So he is the 112th Pope. Now, he is very old. So these things are all very time sensitive. Sometimes we forget about these prophecies because we've talked about them for a while and then we kind of give them a break. But we don't have much time here for that one. And then another one this is one that I really want to talk about again that I have not talked about for a while, but the 70 shepherds of Israel. Do you know this prophecy? It is from the book of Enoch. And now I'm not a big supporter of the other subsequent books of Enoch, which is, I think, Enoch 2 and 3. I found some very strange things in there, but the first book of Enoch is actually quoted in Jude. So in Jude, he quotes directly from the book of Enoch. So even though the Enoch is not in the Bible, the part of his book, scripture from the book of Enoch, is literally verbatim quoted by Jude. So I think that gives us the go ahead that we can look into that book. So, because I'm not really big on getting too off track, because you can let too many things into your life and get very confused. So you have to really try hard to just be careful with your eye gate, your ears, just everything that comes into. You can't just let everything in. But at the same time, yeah, you have to pray and read the Bible and just try to figure out what you can let into your life. You don't want to get yourself too confused. But the book of Enoch was quoted in the actual Bible. So what does the 70 shepherds of Israel prophecy say? It says there'll be 70 shepherds who lead Israel throughout time, and the last 12 shepherds will be the most wicked, and they will, basically the 70th shepherd will again bring in the terrible judge. It's basically just the same as the Pope prophecies. It's going to bring judgment on the earth, and he's the end. And so I'm looking at the time. I actually have to run. So I am going to leave it at that, but I just wanted to bring your attention to those prophecies, that they are time sensitive. And so with the book of Enoch and that 70 shepherds, there was a man who did a whole study and article going through every single leader of Israel and counting them, and Netanyahu was the 70th. So what was strange was, oh gosh, I don't even remember who was prime minister before Netanyahu, the guy who just left. Can't even remember his name now. He was in there so short. It was almost like he was a filler guy. Like, I'm so sorry. I forget his name, the prime minister who just left. But he was in for such a short time, and it was strange to me because I'm like, how could he get in? Because Netanyahu was the 70th and now Netanyahu's back. So I'm going to have to do some digging. I'm going to have to do some calculating to see how that works, because what's happening now? Like, is he the 70th shepherd still? Is this working out? Again, these are things that have to be tested and they're time sensitive. So 3 really big prophecies: the Pope prophecy, Kaduri Shoshani, which is kind of together prophecy, and the 70 shepherds of Israel, the Enoch prophecy. So I'm going to try to get into these a bit deeper. I also wanted to do some Bible study. I have a lot of things I'd like to do. So please be in prayer for me and my family, that we're safe and protected, and that I have the time and I figure out ways to make the video and get the study and get everything together to do that for you guys. I do feel like this is my calling and what I'm supposed to be doing. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. But so yeah, we have till end of December for him to do that. What's going to happen there, I don't know. But one other thing I forgot quickly that I wanted to say was, somebody pointed out to me recently that, you know, this is off topic, but just something I thought was interesting was that with like, you know, say a possible attack on America through China or Russia or something like that, anything like that would most likely be done, if it's going to be done, under a more weaker administration. Well, right now, the States has a weaker administration, and everybody knows that. So a possible stronger administration is trying to get in, you know, who's running again, or saying they're going to run again for 2024. So wouldn't it make sense that these people who, if they're going to, I'm not saying they are, but if this is the time when they're going to maybe attack, invade, do something, they would want to do it during a weaker administration. So that is also time sensitive. They're going to want to do it before a stronger administration comes in. That only makes sense, whether it's because it's all planned or whether it's because it's, you know, one side knows and is allowing themselves to be attacked, while those who are attacking them, you know, are just taking an opportune moment. Of course, it's all planned in God's eyes. He understands everything. He's in control and all that. But that part, I guess, doesn't matter as much. It matters, but it's the point I just wanted to make was it's an opportune time. So again, there are many, many prophecies and things that are just coming up due. They're just coming up due. Can all of these fall away? I mean, you can't have 113th Pope. It's over. The Malachi prophecies. Eventually, Shoshani and Kaduri. One thing I'll say is we are in the Sabbath year. So part of the prophecy said the Sabbath, on the Sabbath afterward, Messiah comes. There's many different keys to these prophecy. It has to be at the Sabbath. It has to be after there's 2 Benjamins and then there's no government for a while. It has to be, what else? The gate falling and rebuilding for the 4th time. Like, there's several things there. So a lot of time sensitive stuff. And I want to get in deeper, especially the 70 shepherds of Israel. I want to get in deeper on that. Is he the 70th shepherd? He's pretty close. If he's not, he's pretty close. I mean, we're almost in the 6,000th year. Everything is lined up. But I know the struggle is real. Life is very hard and it can be extremely confusing. And I don't ever want to downplay all that stuff. I just, at this point, all I'm here to do is to encourage and to go over these things and help you look for these things. And obviously in my personal life, share the gospel and stuff like that. But on this channel, I could talk about a lot of personal stuff. I could talk about a lot of other things. At this point, this is what I feel pretty called to do. So again, I'm reading your comments. I just am not going to be replying to them all unless I really, really have to, just because of time and being able to continue this ministry for free and just keep doing this. So I hope that blessed you guys and you found it interesting. And yeah, I'm going to try to get some time and research and everything and come back to you again soon. So hopefully we will see each other in the air. If not, I will see you again in the next video. Until next time, God bless and shalom.